People in the parking lot doing the parking lot pimping. That's what I call.
Okay, parking lot pimping.
Yeah, parking lot pimping.
Let's get into that.
That's the word I call it. And usually in the summertime. In the wintertime, it's fine. They're gone home.
Yeah, it's too cold.
Too
I'm
cold.
out of here.
Same thing with downtown over here. You know, I mean, it's,
All right, welcome everybody to the Amner Martinez podcast.
welcome everybody.
Brand new day.
Brand new day. Somehow we're still wearing the same clothes.
We're just,
We're just
we
dirty
like it.
that. We're just very filthy.
Yeah.
people.
So this is a fun one. This next episode is fun. DJ Raj is one of the
I think you're pronouncing it like Rash.
DJ Raj.
Yeah, like it's Raj.
Oh,
Yeah.
Raj.
No, Raj. DJ Raj.
DJ
It's like a
Raj.
J, not like a S-A.
No, there's a Raj. There's a Raj. There's a J sound. There's a Raj.
Like Raj.
Yeah, Raj.
Yeah, there you go. You got it.
What did I say?
Raj. You said Raj.
Yeah, how do you say
You
it?
kept saying Raj. Like, what's up, Raj? Like, I don't know. What an asshole.
No, fuck you. I call it
Fuck you.
DJ Raj.
Fuck you.
No.
No, fuck you. You said it wrong.
So how do you say it?
Raj.
Raj.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask you.
Watch me be fucking wrong.
Yeah, you're gonna be wrong because it's Raj.
There's gonna be like a bunch of
There's a
Indian
sh-
people like, fuck you, dude. It's Raj. He
Yeah.
was right.
It's a J sound like Raj.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. You were saying Raj. You'll see. You'll see this asshole call him Raj.
Anyways,
People will see that. People will see it.
all right, I'll look at it too.
Yeah.
Anyways, we've known him for over 10 years. You've known him longer. You work with him
Yeah.
in many projects.
Yeah.
So he's like one of the genuine like promoters of the city. Like he means it, right? When he's like, I love the city, he promotes it, and he's got the same energy that he did 10, 15 years ago when I met him.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know how.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because it takes energy to do this. Like this isn't something
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I could never do what he does.
Yeah, you're DJ right now, and you DJ in places, but he produces events
Right.
of all kinds in all different places.
Yeah, what he does is be on the phone 24/7.
Right.
Like he has to talk to people.
And you're not out.
Yeah. Like I don't think I could do that.
Yeah.
Like if I have to be on my phone more than 2 minutes a day total, I just like shoot myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it takes a producer like him to make things happen, to make a city exciting.
Yeah. So it's
I mean,
just like,
if you like, let's say we take away Raj out of the picture, Des Moines would be slightly different, right? Like there's a little bit of
yeah, I think so.
because he brings exciting stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So there's some people that bring a good ingredient to the city, and I think he's one of them. So this episode, this conversation was fun. We talked about a little different stuff. So
Oh, it was recorded at Voodoo.
yes, Voodoo
Downtown,
Lounge,
yeah,
one
downtown.
of his one of the places where he DJs.
Did you say lounge?
Voodoo Lounge.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, thanks Voodoo Lounge for letting us this proper setting.
It was good. I
Yeah.
really like that space.
I had a. He kept saying 1942. I don't know what that means, but it must have been
1942.
the year of the alcohol that I was.
Oh yeah.
Drinking.
That it was some tequila.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't know because I'm not an alcoholic.
right, but you're hungover right now.
No,
No.
a little bit.
All right. So hopefully everybody enjoys this episode with DJ Raj. Check out Eclipse Entertainment.
Yeah, we'll put some links.
515
515 Alive.
Festival.
Yeah.
And you can kind of find him on all social medias. He's probably got events like every week. It feels like sometimes.
Yeah.
He works with anybody and everybody. You want to put something together? Raj will put it together for you. Yeah. All right. Hopefully everybody enjoys this. Here is DJ
Raj.
Okay, that's it. Raj, thank you for making time for me. You're like a local celebrity. Local.
Am I?
So where are we right now?
We're at the Voodoo Lounge. My V's and W's are messed up, so I say Voodoo Lounge.
Voodoo Lounge.
Yeah, this is a place in downtown, and just next door to American Outlaws and to Annie's. Downstairs is a Stuffed Olive. They serve top martinis down there, and upstairs is a club. It's kind of a loungy feel over here. I'm a resident DJ over here on Friday and Saturday, and I also bring some lot of guest DJs here. Pretty diverse crowd here. We go from all different genres of music, so it's just like a diversity and unity of a community here.
All right, so you're obviously not from Iowa.
I'm not.
So where are you from? How did you land in Iowa?
Well, I moved to the United States about 30 years ago.
Okay.
I'm originally from India, small town close to New Delhi, which is the capital of India. What brought me here was my family's been here for over 50 years, and we were the last immigrant. And we moved almost 35 years now. So.
And how did you were you a DJ by the time you moved here, or like tell us about the DJing thing?
No, I was not a DJ. I had an interest in music from high school onwards and stuff. Then I spent some time in London, and my cousin was a member of a Ministry of Sound London, and got me into the rave scenes, the house scenes, during the time for the Judge Jules. So I became a member of Ministry of Sound, and that just brought my interest to the house music scene, techno scene. And
what
stuff.
is you were a member of what?
Ministry of Sound London.
What is that? Tell me.
It's one of the clubs in London. It's been established for over 40 years. The world-renowned DJs play over there. And it's just a culture over there. After the pubs are closed, a lot of people go down to the clubs and stuff. The clubs are open till like 4 in the morning and stuff. And then I also got into the Gate Crasher, the festival scene over there, and it just interested me to become a DJ.
Okay.
Yeah.
When was your first gig? When did you start DJing?
Oh, gee. I go back to, I started DJing at Ibiza. Was my first gig in Des Moines, Iowa. Before that, I was just doing little house parties here and there. I'm a Drake graduate too. I have a degree in pharmacy, so I was just doing some house parties over there. Ibiza was the old, which is Hunson House right now, owned by a food court press. Started over there. Bobby was a friend of mine. He came up to me and said, Raj, I'm looking for a place that plays music like Garden, like techno and stuff. So yeah, so I'm your guy, So Ibiza was a spot which is in downtown. Was the old cantina bar. Then it became to a friends club, and then I actually DJ at a friends club too. So more I think about it, it's been DJing for almost 25 years in town now. So
you're a big promoter of the city, right? Like when you're promoting, you love it. You love it here.
I love it. I own a company called Eclipse Entertainment, which is established for the last 15 years. Got about 15 DJs that work under me.
Okay.
It's an equal opportunity company in which I give my members equal opportunity to go along with me. We give them their monthly shows, weekly shows, or annual shows. So we also do a lot of involvement in the weddings and stuff too. American weddings, Bollywood weddings. That scene is another. So, and also Eclipse Entertainment is a part of a 515 Alive. I'm a co-owner of 515 Alive, and also Cosmic Kingdom, which is actually coming in August 27th and 28th.
I want to get into that a little bit on the festival scene and like the 515 Alive that you've been running for a few years now.
Yeah, I was the originator of 515 Live with Richard McCabe, DJ Flash. We started right here on a 4th Street, and then it changed hands during the period of time. It's 17 years of running in that, I think. So, and now I'm partners with Dan Green, and we also have a Mammoth is a part of our 515 Live, which is a pretty national promotion company. So
Okay. So, but I want to get your opinion before we get deeper into like the festival scene. Like, how have you seen Des Moines? So you've been DJing for 25 years. I've met you, I think, like over 10 years or more.
yeah,
Uh, so what have you seen change? Just architecturally speaking, I mean, Grand Avenue, the bar scene, the club scene, the festival scene. How has it changed since you moved here?
the club scene, I don't see a much change into it. Yeah, in Des Moines, it's a pretty standard sing-along songs, always popular in any kind of a bar we go to. Scene have a little bit of change during the arrival of the festivals, like a 515 Alive and stuff. So there's a bass music scene out there. There's just recently we are also creating a house music scene. So people don't understand the genres. It's just a top 40 scene here in Des Moines, sing along. I play a cha-cha slide right now in Voodoo, it'll work. I played that 10 years ago, it worked. I play
Yeah.
Usher, yeah, it works.
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
To me, as a DJ, I think we have to spoon feed Des Moines. Like if you go to a big city like a Miami, or you go to Vegas and stuff, or you go to Chicago, their clubs they're dominant towards the house music, bass music and stuff. But Des Moines market is pretty much, I would say, is just like a wedding music scene. Sing along. The Journey is still hot. Britney's still hot. So that kind of stuff just still flies in Des Moines. You can get away with it for 15, 20 minutes during the time, but people don't dig it. They just want to sing along, and what's popular on a radio or a Spotify, that's what they want to hear.
Yeah.
So I call them the mixes and remixes. Mashup doesn't that much work over here.
Who's that? Because there should be some progress, right? So I guess not fault, but is it the club owners that are not being risky, or is it the crowd that is not ready for like a big city kind of vibe?
I think the problem is the DJs get too comfortable playing to the crowd, and if they like to experiment on it, and the bars owners and club owners are not pushing that aspect of it. And the other problem is we don't have a radio station in town
Okay.
that only plays top 40 stuff, rock and roll, country, sing along stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's another thing we need. Like when you go to big city like Chicago or Dallas or Vegas and stuff, they have radio station. They are pumping the music
Yeah.
from a different all over the world. Like XM and stuff. You can go to a Diplo Revolution. They're pumping good music. You can go to Pitbull station. They're pumping good music, BPM and stuff. We don't have that. There's a satellite music out there. People are using Spotify too, but their Spotify lists are top 40s and stuff too. So I feel like we have to spoon feed people. There's just a handful of people that are into the EDM bass scene and stuff. I would say our maximum market is not more than 400 or 500 people. But when we bring a festival like with the big name DJs like a Bass Nectar or a Liquor Stranger or a Grime. So 515 is a prime example. Is a diverse lineup. You got a bass DJ, you got a hip hop artist. So that's what brings people together. So
There's been some kind of signs or faces of Des Moines, like for example, there was the salsa scene. There was a little bit of like in my opinion, like it looked like it was gaining momentum, and then it kind of fades down. Or the Bollywood scene that you and I were talking about.
Yeah.
What happens? Why can't those scenes kind of gain some traction and kind of?
I think the Latin scene is very strong recently for last 2 years. The reggaeton is making a way to a lot of the top 40 places and stuff. Like my crowd over here is we have a diverse crowd over here, and I can get away with a lot of stuff with the J Balvin, Bad Bunny, that kind of stuff. And when I go to places like District, and I also go to places like Shags or something, they are pumping that Latin aspect of it.
Right.
I
I guess what I'm saying is like there's not like a salsa place where you're like I'm gonna find salsa music there, you know, for the weekend or like Bollywood for example. So why? I guess there's not even any little pockets of it anywhere else. I
I think
mean,
the market is a little saturated, man. So now since the reggaeton and the Latin music coming into the mainstream, people can hear that on a Friday and Saturday. There was a solid night at Nightingale. My friend DJ Jan's then been doing it for like 7 years, salsa night,
yeah,
and it just kind of shrunk down. I think people are just not going out, plus the COVID coming in, staying
Yeah.
in, and that kind of changed the thing. I think it's going to come back. I think there are weekly shows going on in town. There's a club, X Card or something, on 86th. That's predominantly
Scaret.
Cascade, if I can pronounce it right. So,
Right,
so I think that's a predominant Latin crowd over there. And then the Valley Ballroom does bring a lot of bands and that kind
Yeah,
of stuff. So,
the las bandas.
yeah, Las Bandas. So, Las Bandas.
Las bandas. What about Bollywood? When
Bollywood actually is Des Moines scene has been always about like 150, 200 people. I have a bigger scene in Iowa City.
Okay.
And I have a bigger scene in Omaha. So I also run USA Loves Bollywood. I have a great market in Phoenix, Arizona. I have a great market in Detroit and Omaha and Kansas City. I think Des Moines is a little. We are lot of the single like their parents and stuff, and they have kids, small kids. They can't find the babysitters and stuff overnight, so there's always a problem. And in the Indian community, they don't leave a kid overnight with a
yeah.
babysitters and stuff. That's just our culture is. So there are community events happen with the Hindu temple and also with the Indo-American Association, which I'm helping with the music and stuff.
Okay.
So
So every once in a while you'll do some
once in a
Bollywood
while, I
here
try
and
to
there.
do like 4 events for Bollywood every year. So which are usually Holi, which is a spring festival, just like a Easter. Then Diwali, which is a festival of lights, and sometime I do a Valentine party, then I think maximum 3 or 4 parties a year are the best way of doing it. Otherwise, the market gets saturated.
So, and I don't want to like, I know I'm gonna move on from this, but you've been part of the music scene for 25 years. I know you said we need a radio station, and the club owners should kind of push a little bit of that. But what is something that Des Moines needs that you could say, if Des Moines had this, they're ready for this?
I think DJs are the main people in a club. If they can start spoon feeding the crowd with the new music, what is the current like cutting edge music, I think that can help. If that can be appreciated by the crowd, what is the biggest concern to the DJ if the dance floor is empty or something?
Yeah.
And they get worried about it, and they go back to their comfort zone.
Okay.
Am I doing something wrong? What's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
And then the club owners also come to the point, hey, the dance floor is empty, people are leaving, can you change it?
Yeah.
So to me, as a promoter and as a DJ, which I've been doing for a long time, I think it's not a job of a DJ to bring the crowd. A job of a DJ to me is keep the crowd.
Right.
And this is the job of a club, or they got to do the marketing, or they got to hire a promoter who can bring the people over there. And but then I think that Des Moines crowd is so diverse too. To keep everybody happy is hard. So you gotta flip. You gotta change your genres. You can go from a hip hop to 80s to 90s, 2000 music to some rock and roll, EDM, house. So which we call them an open format. Which always been predominant aspect of Des Moines club scene, and all DJs are comfort with that, and all the club owners are comfort with that. Sing along music, they make money, DJs are happy. I think we do need a club which kind of pumps towards a certain genre and stay with the concept. But the concept, if the people are not going there, they're struggling with the business, and the club owner says, hey, how I'm gonna generate the money, you know?
Right. So there's like a overall need of education of like the club owners need to understand something, the DJs need to understand that it's okay, and then the audience
Yeah.
or the crowd needs to come in knowing that they're coming in to a specific kind of
Consistency.
concept.
There has to be a consistency, you know. I mean, okay, let's just stick with it. Okay, Friday night at Voodoo Lounge is a house night, okay,
Right.
and people have mentality set in their head. Okay, I'm gonna go to Voodoo. This is the
Yeah.
only place gonna play house music.
Right.
Like when you go to Denver, Colorado, you go to Beta or your church, you're expecting that.
Yeah.
You know? And then that's also aspect of you. It's called spoon feeding to me. You know,
Mhm.
means you got to educate the crowd here, and
Right.
which spoon feeding is not gonna come. Like I said, there's a lack of a radio station in town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I started a series with La Kibana during the COVID time, in which I introduced the Wednesday night 1 hour session for the house music and start bringing the upcoming DJs.
Yeah.
So there's the aspect of open format DJs. There's the aspect for underground DJs. You know, Nightingale is a good place that welcomes a lot of underground scene over there. Good friend of mine, Nikki Rage, does monthly melting sound over there.
Okay.
And we got that Dark Matters coming with the Lex Kling too. And my friend, part of my team, DJ Elkan, is pushing the house scene with me. So we are trying.
Right.
We're trying to that direction, and it is improving though. It is
Do you think
improving.
that there's enough like outside DJs that could be brought in to kind of, or is that even a thing? Is that
There is means to me, in Des Moines doesn't give a fuck about any DJ's talent and shit.
Okay.
As long the track list is fine. A
So
good
it could be me, and if I have a good
Yeah. Yeah.
track-
A good friend of mine told me as a DJ, old friend of mine, Jimmy Jim. I said, doesn't matter. You can teach a monkey to be a fucking DJ, but you gotta be a good programmer.
Right.
You know, gotta able to read a crowd.
the catalog.
Yeah, raise your fucking head up and fucking read the crowd. You
Yeah.
know? So, which is, that's why I've been able to do with my age. I'm getting old though, you know,
Mhm.
so I don't look old, you know.
You're young, man. You're a young buck.
Yeah, and then I have my friend Kenji, DJ Zen over here, you know, with Japanese and eating all the rice. You still look like a baby. Yeah.
Yeah, that we might cut out.
So, miss, I think it's just a matter of a DJs need to still push the spoon feed aspect.
Right.
And also the club owners need to respect that aspect of it, you know, but then everybody look at the business aspect of it, you know.
Yeah.
A club is packed, you know, why people left because you're playing the EDM music, you know.
Yeah.
But then also there are DJs who are dropping songs like 128 BPM and you got 10 people in a club, shots.
Yeah.
You know, it's a progress. You know, it's
Yeah.
a build-up process. You know, I mean, you cannot drop certain songs at certain time. You know, I mean, so which kind of works in Des Moines sometimes. So
Right. So let's talk about your festival. So you are you are part owner of 515 Alive.
I'm a part owner for 515 Alive with my partner Dan Green, and we also have a major company, Mammoth, with us.
Mammoth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Based out of Kansas City. And then I'm also a part owner with the Cosmic Kingdom, which is predominantly bass music. And it happens at Sleepy Hollow, happening on August 27th and 28th. And,
Okay. What is that? What is Cosmic Kingdom?
Cosmic Kingdom is a Renaissance-based, it's just a small festival, holds about 3,000 people. So it's a Sleepy Hollow. The ambience is great.
Is it like electronic?
It's just a dubstep, bass music, you know.
Okay.
And yeah, kind of
Like a rave?
not a rave. You can't compare it. You know, it's more of a means bass music.
Okay.
Yeah, different genres and stuff. You know,
Okay.
So, this is another problem. Is electronic scene comes and people just say it's a rave. you
Right.
know. Yeah, and the mentality just changes. Okay, it's a rave, so there's just gonna be illegal activities going on and stuff, that kind of stuff. So, no, this is total different culture. You know, I know hippie culture is over
Yeah.
there. The Vooks we call them. You know, and
Yeah.
loving people. You know, it's
Mhm.
a. And
Is this like
I
the
think inside I'm a whoop too. So
When
I do
did they
take shower.
start?
I do take shower every day.
When did that start?
When that was started at it changed places. We were at the St. Charles, and now we moved on to Sleepy Hollow. This is our third year over there.
Okay, and then 515 Alive has been going on for
17 years.
17 years.
Yeah, and that's a beast. We made it.
Right. Yes.
Man, so
Yeah, because it started on the East Village, like.
it started right here on the 4th Street by the Waterville Muse.
Oh, that's right. Yes, yes, yes. My bad.
Java
Yeah.
Joe's.
Okay. Yeah.
It was a free festival,
Yeah.
which is now it is almost a $200 ticket festival.
Right.
And,
How many people did you get before COVID? Before COVID.
It was in and out with the 2 days festival collection about 25,000 people.
Okay.
And I'm proud of that festival. It made a impact in the city.
Yes.
You know, and though we are kind of a black sheep to the city people because we were kicked out of the downtown. Plus, we are grown too. You know, the downtown area was getting smaller, and sound it was an issue with because we put a lot of bass into it. The
So
DB.
in 2019, you guys had to change venues from downtown to the water parks.
No, we didn't change the venue in 2019. We changed the venue in 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we moved on to Waterworks. The problem happened with the Waterworks. The place is too big, so it increased the cost of you as infrastructure.
Yeah.
You know? And then 2019, the amphitheater opened in Waterworks, so we moved over there.
Yes.
And honestly, that was the finest 515 Live we threw over there. It was fun.
Yeah.
The infrastructure was there.
Yeah.
And people had fun, you know.
Because they camp. People can camp.
They can camp too now.
Okay.
Yeah. So we start camp. When we moved on to Waterworks, we start people doing camping. So that generates some more revenue for us too.
Right,
So,
right.
And I'm like I said, I'm definitely proud of that festival that I brought. We brought Bass Nectar over here. We brought Future over here, Wiz Khalifa, Illenium, bigger names, which would never will you see in Des Moines, Iowa.
What do you think? So the poster boy for success in Des Moines festival is 8035, right? But 515 Alive brings almost the same amount of people. So what?
8035 is a non-profit organization.
Right.
So they're run by DMCC. Actually, 8035 was originated from 515 Alive.
Oh, okay.
So Amner Rossi, who was a director for the 8035,
Right.
and Fitch was the guy who brought it up. 8035 it's owned by DMCC group, you know, Des Moines Music Group. So and they are more into the educational part, cultural part, and everything. It brings more people because it's a free festival,
Right.
for a lot of people, but they have a paid area too.
Right.
So that's what they get.
No, but what I'm getting at is, what do you accredit the success to 515 Alive and bringing 25,000 people in those 2 days?
We took a risk every time, you know. I mean, so, basically, we grew up, you know, slowly. So we start succeeding. We start bringing bigger names, you know.
What's the decision that you were like, this was one of the pivotal points of like that festival to go to that next level?
It's been a staple in town for 17 years now. So what brought it back to that is basically, it keeps succeeding, you know, and with the success, our balls got bigger too, you know.
Yeah.
And then we start taking more risk, you know, and luckily, you know, means it paid off, you know.
Right.
And now it became a staple for the Midwest, one of the top festivals.
So it has to be the lineup then. It's not the marketing.
Lineup, marketing, teamwork. Honestly, 515 Live is I give a credit to all this city. When we started it, everybody in the community comes together. There's a culture which we have here, you know, in Des Moines, that everybody comes help each other.
Yeah.
They're helping with cleaning. They help with the putting the fences. So I'm thankful to this.
You guys have volunteers too?
We have volunteer system now.
Right?
We have to. We have grown so much to the part now. We work with the volunteer system.
Yeah.
You know? And the success is the people. We are.
Hold that kid. He's like.
Keep talking, you bitches.
What was the main thing about 515 is our community works together for it, you know. And I call them like, make a post on the Facebook. I need, hey guys, I need 10 people to help me out here. They'll come, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just a big family. You know?
So obviously we have to talk about the impact of COVID and how did you guys cancel last year?
Yeah, we did. It was a bad year for entertainment industry, definitely.
Sucked. The worst.
The worst fucking year. Ask me about
Did
it.
you guys? Well, you didn't lose any money though.
Yes,
I
we
mean,
did.
I guess you did.
Yeah,
We're
I mean,
not throwing it, but you didn't. You were not already spending though.
we we were not spending on it, but you lost shows. Means I do. This is my income.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
at festivals, concerts at Valley Ballroom, at Woolies, and I was the biggest invested into a new thing in 2020, Music High Court in India, which is my label
Okay.
for the throwdowns and stuff. So that was a big loss for me.
Okay.
And which is a very branded label in India, and it's actually it's a global label.
Mhm.
So that was the biggest loss for me. But you learn. With the COVID, I didn't stop. Start doing some other stuff. I got more into selling masks, like everybody was selling it.
Right, right, right.
So we got to generate the revenue somewhere.
Yeah.
I started a trucking business.
And then you got
So-
into dudes.
Huh? What did you say?
Yeah, he got into dudes.
You got
Yeah.
it, two guys.
I got the guys. Yes. Yeah. The small chubby guys like DJ Zen,
I got it, two guys.
because I like the cheeks. Yeah, it was a bad year for the entertainment industry, but did it stop me? No, we were still doing keep the scene alive. So
Yeah.
thank you for Lucky Bona, for letting us do the show over there, for keep the music alive. Came across a good guy, Les, Mr. Les now, who was a radio host for me, and he runs my entertainment industry now.
Uh-huh.
So
With a lot of guys calling you.
there you go. It's almost 6:30. I gotta put myself on the street.
And start clapping. Start clapping with no hands.
Yeah, there you go.
So COVID hit. Yeah, I don't think people understand the impact. I mean, I think they do, but the hospitality industry, the entertainment industry, the restaurant industry, is the worst hit. So you're a proponent of, like, let's open let's open it up, or were you kind of
The biggest problem is, means I'm a brand. My company is a brand. 515 is a brand. The uncertainty was the main thing. When can we open?
right?
Another problem was, if we do something, there are people that gonna bash about it,
Right.
and will that affect the brand or not, So that's the main problem is, and we got a lot of backlash. I didn't stop. I was doing a lot of Twitch shows at Nightingale, working with the virtual DJ technology and stuff, and we were doing the shows here and there. We were also getting a heat for it, and it's just such a gray area we passed through, what is good with what is. It was not a black and white. We were
Right.
we all were in the gray area.
So what's next? Where's 515? Where are you DJing? Like, tell us a little bit about what's.
Well, right here, like I said in the beginning, Voodoo is my spot over here for Friday and Saturday, and we do some shows coming at Nightingale. We got a couple of monthly shows coming over there. Also, we do shows at the Gaslamp, some underground scene here and there. Valley Ballroom is another thing I'm pushing for it with my team members. So we have a Baseland coming on June 18th. We also have the House Festival coming. We got a Cosmic Kingdom coming. We're still uncertain about the 515 Alive this year. So still.
You think you haven't made a final decision?
We haven't made a final decision yet. But there will be something happening related to that, but we don't know yet. So.
Okay.
Um,
Because I think Hinterland already announced. Hinterland's happening.
Yeah, Hinterland's definitely happening because they canceled. They were pre-sold the tickets anyway,
Oh, okay.
So I mean, they didn't have this, and they're sold out. I think a lot of people are waiting on wait list. So what I say, the Cosmic do the same way too. Get your tickets. It's gonna be a sellout show. So then
When does 515 happen? In July?
usually happen used to happen in the first week of August, but then the Hinterland moved to the first week of August, so
Right.
we don't want to be though there's not a competition, it's a different demographic
Right.
crowd, but as a respect towards our fellow co-promoters, we switched to the second or third weekend. But now the Cosmic is on fourth weekend for the August. So 515 Alive is still up in the air right now. Is it happening or not happening? So we We are talking about it,
Uh-huh.
but nothing is final yet. And,
Okay.
or there will be some kind of a show will happen or something. So we don't know yet. So
Okay.
we'll keep you updated on the social
So
media.
Voodoo Lounge, they can find you here every Friday and Saturday,
Mhm.
and they can. How can people get a hold of you if they want to throw a party?
Just the best way to get hold of me is through my Snapchat. DJ Raj 515 Alive. I'm on a social under DJ Raj, or just Google it. DJ Raj Des Moines.
Raj is like Jose.
Yeah, it is
Like
pretty much.
it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I'm bringing a T-shirt called "I'm with Raj."
I'm with Raj.
So a lot of people use that word. Yeah, I'm with the Raj to get in the free. Then
Yeah.
I took a tagline from my good friend DJ Zen. I gave him credit.
Yeah, what's
Pay-
that?
Pay the damn cover.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah.
Because I
Support nightlife, pay the damn cover.
yeah,
That was it,
support
right?
nightlife.
Yeah.
Support the nightlife, pay them cover.
I gotta give him a credit for that.
And I don't think people understand the chain reaction that happens. In order for club owners or promoters to bring bigger names, is if there's a, can you break that down a little bit? Why is it so important for cover?
I think the cover charge is important. In the beginning, when we started Voodoo, we'd never charge a cover. Recently, we're starting a cover. When you go to a Court Avenue district or so, every bar is charging cover. It gives
Is charging cover now?
They are.
Okay,
They're
good.
charging up to $20 on Saturdays. in Des
Okay.
Moines. And this is great. That gives great revenue, and to the bars, and then they can more improvement to the sound, bigger DJs, start paying the DJs more maybe,
Right.
And it's the average payout for DJ in Des Moines is I think very low, so that need to be increased, and it's a cutthroat aspect too, So and I think cover charge is important also. A person walking into the club and they pay a $5 cover charge or even a $10 cover charge, automatically they have a mentality in their head, hey, I already paid the cover, let's not go to a different bar.
Right, let's not.
Let's
Yeah.
keep them here,
Yeah.
So what I do basically with the Voodoo and stuff, what we do is they pay the cover charge, but we also give them one free drink.
Right.
And that just give an obligation to buy a drink. Then when they go to the bartender, then the bartender can make a money through the tip. And obviously some people are ashamed about it. Hey, I just got a free drink, let me buy another drink too.
Yeah.
So hopefully majority of the people think that way. But
So there's an education aspect that happens when you, to the crowd or to the patrons, when you're charging cover. Like you're doing a lot with it.
we are usually majority of the cover goes to the bar. I mean, so and some places let the promoters keep the 100% cover charge, which is great. Like places like Nightingale and Gaslamp does that. But that's a risk factor for the promoter too.
Right.
I mean, so mostly these places like that do is if they're a destination spot. A lot of places which are here with the anchor bars and stuff, the crowd is already here. The bar usually keeps the cover, so
Yeah.
because the traffic is already here. So the concept for promoter to keep a cover charge is for the destination bars, which can be good, but it's a risk factor,
Yeah, because
So,
if nobody shows up, then
yeah, and it's a cost to the promoter. You got to pay the DJs, you got to pay the security, you got to pay the sound. Then if it adds up,
So do you agree with the opinion that the more the cover, like if there's a cover charge, the city entertainment scene will improve?
Yes, I think so. I think so. The cover charge is important to support the nightlife. It is important, and plus they have the business running too. So
And if somebody's coming to Des Moines and you're like, you gotta hit up this three spots, what is your what are you telling an outsider to be like, hey, I'm coming to Des Moines, where should I go?
Well, it's like with all these travel velocity and stuff, and all kind of stuff, and TripAdvisor, people are already checking the star ratings and stuff. So, top places to go in Des Moines are like Downtown Court Avenue is one, East Village is popping up, and the West Glen area is popping up, So, those are the three major places people go for the entertainment scene,
Right.
West Glen is more of a posh, rich crowd. East Village is more of a hippie, laid-back crowd. Downtown Des Moines is just full of party people, ratchet, whatever it is. The twerk crowd, that's what I call it.
The twerk crowd?
And I think downtown Des Moines is just it's diverse crowd.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you have different races.
I mean, it's changed.
It's changed a lot.
Remember when was it Papa's Planet no, Papa's Planet was right here or down there?
Mm-hmm. Man, those times are gone.
La Roca was
La
downstairs.
Roca was, yeah, Kenji used to DJ there.
Yeah.
Generations, 101 Lounge, Lions
Right.
Club.
Right.
And then the trend changed towards little like 86th Street, you know, but then the Clive Cops are just like,
Yeah, 86 was popping.
it was popping during the crush time. We had, me and Kenji had a
Drink.
club together, right?
Yeah.
What, margaritas, lugs, Halo, 2060,
Crush,
and
drink.
Crush, Drink, Aura.
Yeah,
Aura was a great Bucare, you know.
So the city also has to cooperate with the club owners or with the owners.
The crowd has changed over a period of time too, I would say. So
Yeah.
city is fine with it. They control. They have association in right here at Court Avenue. You know, they control it. You know, I think they have a budget. They have monthly meetings for that. But definitely, the crowd of downtown is very diverse.
Right.
Very, very diverse. You know, I was talking to a good friend of mine who runs Annie's. They used to bring live bands and stuff. They say we put that kind of money to live bands, but people don't enjoy it.
Right.
I'd rather put a DJ for $150, $200
Right.
and double my revenue on
Right,
it.
right.
You know? So DJ's concept is great. You know, I think the club owners need to start paying the DJs more. That's
Right.
You know, because we need to get appreciated more.
Right.
I'm in a scene because I promote myself. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I promote my brand. You know, I own a company and also, you know, who the fuck gonna give you 50?
Okay, so
almost a
you and DJ Zen are like veterans, right? Like who's the
Yeah, we're about to go on a Medicaid.
Medicaid of DJs?
Medicare, actually.
Medicare. So is there like a DJ?
Edit that.
Is there a hot DJ that you're like, you know what, this DJ can be
There's a lot of talent out here. I mean, to me, top DJs means everybody's different style, you know. Means you just gotta be able to read the crowd, you know, and able to. The three factors for DJing is, you know, basically able to beat match, transitions, phrasing, and programming. You know, and if a DJ can understand that, they can rock Des Moines. You know, you think about it, you know, means I think our local talent is so solid. You know, and so. There's a lot of new upcoming DJs, you know. I don't want to separate them. Everybody have a different talent. Big shout out to I think there's a lot of local talent like Priyan Joni.
Okay.
Is one of the talented DJs we have in Des Moines. We love to have him. He moved from Detroit, and he settled over here. He got I think a weekly or monthly podcast with the DMS, and also he has a YouTube channel. He's doing great.
Yeah, he has like 30-some thousand.
Smart guy, educational. You know, any kind of technical questions we have, you know, we usually go to Priyan Joni. DJ Zen, multi-talented, you know,
DJ
right?
Zen, yeah,
right over here, Latin salsa, bachata, you know, merengue from and all those 2000 love songs he plays.
Right.
You know, I mean, he's great. You know, that kind of like he plays the Wellmans. You know, it's Brad B, a great DJ. You know. So
Brad B was playing. He would play Kiss FM every once in a while. Or does he still play?
I don't know if he's still doing this. His Friday and Saturday. I don't know. Kenji, do you know that?
I have no idea.
No.
He was though. So he's good.
He's great DJ. I think he residents at 300 and Koa Katina, and you know. So there was a good example. The Cardi B show came in town, which was brought by Mammoth, and they were looking for a hip hop DJ, and I recommended him.
Okay.
He rocked to 17,000 people, man.
Brad B.
Rocked it.
Okay.
Rocked the show.
Nice.
Rocked the show. And we have DJ Pay, you know.
Okay.
He was a veteran from Iowa City, Ames, the Sioux Falls area, Sioux City area maybe. He's moved to town. I don't know, man. There are a lot of great DJs, and we got upcoming house DJ Alkin. You know,
Okay.
he's coming strong. Then we also have a lot of underground based DJs are coming strong. A lot of producer. Open format DJs are. We have very less DJ. Tyler is another guy who's doing a lot of stuff. You know, so.
How's the from your point of view? Because you're in a different genre maybe, but like, how's the hip hop scene in Des Moines?
It's Honestly, everybody likes hip hop, you know.
Right.
And
I think
when
like
you
a
look at
couple
the
years
top
ago,
40 songs and stuff, we are
hip hop.
hip hop songs,
Yeah.
you know. And so hip hop scene is great, you know. I mean, everybody likes hip hop, you know. College kids like hip hop, and we incorporate it as a DJs, you know. Our
Yeah, I think
list.
like 2 or 3 years ago, hip hop was for the first time the most popular type of music. It was rock for a long time, and then now
Hip hop,
it's hip hop.
to me, I think hip hop became as a pop now. You know, it's a trending. You know, it's like a pop culture. You know, like,
But
recently, the new hip hop, I personally don't dig that much because lyrics does not making sense to me.
yeah,
And the only artist I came along after 4 or 5 years, I think a strong artist probably would be a Pop Smoke. I've been listening to him, you know, which
Okay.
I'm kind of digging it.
Yeah.
Who was a 50 Cent artist, you know. So hip hop will be always there, but it became as a pop, you know, like you know, it's up and down, you know. But
Yeah.
people will always like hip hop.
but, but you have to stay like in tune with it, right? Like I mean, that's the main. That's with the artists, or
They're making the billboards, they're making the charts, so we have to tune
Right.
with them, you know. So yeah, so.
Okay, let's touch on that a little bit. So, like the Ballard Ballroom, when they bring bandas, they bring them like once a month, maybe, or what, like couple times a month.
2 times a month. Zamora does that, so. Yeah.
And you know that's a dominance of a crowd, and it can get rowdy. That's basically what we're saying, right? Like,
Yeah.
it gets rowdy. If you have a hip hop bar or an African American bar that's predominantly hardcore, basically in the eyes of the club owner or the city, it gets rowdy. Is that the consensus? Is that the
That's been a trend from past. You
Okay.
Know? So you are correct on that. So, and it just dominance will definitely. We are we're suggested not to play all night.
Right, right.
You know, though we can get away with 50 or 60 or 70% about it, but you gotta give a balance of it. You know. So.
But that I mean,
But
so,
it is in looking at the past and all the even on my personal experience, you know,
Right.
me and Kinji on about 2060,
yeah.
and we had a dominance of a hip hop crowd, and
Right.
we city didn't like us on
Right.
that basis, and we got in a lot of trouble for that, you know, and
Yeah, you guys brought Bone Thugs.
Bone Thugs is not a. Zen even brought DJ Slim from 112. Yeah.
Slim. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We brought Future.
Yeah.
We brought Future at 2060. We paid him $2,000.
So is it the city then that's like not cool with it, or is it the like?
No, city is fine
I mean,
with
that's-
it. You know,
There's no tolerance then, or what?
City is fine with it. Means every city they don't want nuisance. You know.
Right,
You
but
know,
but
I mean,
like
it's
if you look at any sports event, right, like in Boston or whatever, the Red Sox win or the Celtics or whatever, they literally riot celebrating, and they just call it, oh, look at these young guys celebrating. And then if it's another non-white person, you know, crowd, then somehow it's like thuggish and I mean, I guess that's how I see it. It's like it's
Des Moines
selective.
is still a small city to me. We're very conservative too. You know.
Right.
And so, means the BLM thing happened, whatever, you know. Means I think it's not a huge issue in Des Moines. I don't feel it, but then some people make a big issue about it too.
Right.
You know, and
I mean, because there was a black bar or African American bar or hip hop bar, whatever you want to call it,
Carbon?
just down the street. Yeah.
I mean, it's again, they became a dominance. You know.
Right.
So that was issue with the club owners or the DJs, you know, how to maintain it. You know, I mean, I'm not saying, you know, it just one like I'm gonna go back to the same thing. Dominance of one crowd,
Right,
one
right,
place
right,
is,
right,
place is
right.
dangerous. So because then it causes a problem.
Also, Des Moines not ready for this kind of
Des
to
Moines-
hand, like they're not tolerant enough to
plus it's lack of a securities and stuff. You know, how do you handle the situation too? You know, but that's what I've been in bar business for a long time. You know,
Right.
I usually tell my security guys not to aggravate the situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, if something like that happens, you know, we all are human beings, you know.
Right.
And if we can talk to them, you know,
Right.
we can if we can talk properly, things can be situated, you know.
Right.
You know, instigation with it all depends on how your security is, how you're handling the situation.
Right.
You know, nobody's bad, you know.
Right.
People are coming out for have a good time, you know.
Yeah.
And, of course, alcohol is involved. Your testosterone levels are fucking high. you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
and,
yeah.
I mean, you don't see people fighting in Hy-Vee. You don't see people fighting in a fucking Walmart or something, or a Target or so. You know, that's where I say the line. You know, go fight in Target. You know,
Yeah.
I don't
See
fucking
people
see them.
fighting at Walmart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Man,
People
there
do
is a fight.
shootings. There's mass shootings at Walmart.
But they're mass shooting it now. So
Yeah.
I mean, I take that back now. The time is changing. The world
Right.
is changing, and you know, lyrics of the songs are changing. Are
Right.
they aggressive or not? I don't even fucking follow the lyrics these days. You know, it doesn't make fucking sense.
If
to me.
so you're like, if the beat's all right,
That's it. Big,
you'll dance all night.
Yeah, man. Twerk that shit.
Turk-
Twerk in a mirror. That's what I call it.
So
That's a pretty sensitive topic, you know.
right.
You know,
But it's important though, right?
It is important, you know. It is a pretty sensitive topic, you know.
Right.
So,
Because I in my opinion is like there's lack of tolerance from the cities. So the cities, the moment they see a bar that somehow, it's not quite where they think it should be as far as demographics, then they start to put pressure and pressure. I mean, you guys were at 2060. You lived it.
yeah, city is not worried about the racial aspect of it. City is worried about the nuisance, somebody getting hurt.
Uh-huh.
Okay. When people come to the clubs or Valet Ballroom for the hip hop shows and stuff or anything, you know, we want them, you know. My biggest concern is to bring a weapon or something, you know, somebody get hurt.
Right.
And
but a nuisance to somebody can just say that's a nuisance, and if it's just people, like a big group of people, if a big group of people are out there, they can throw a nuisance on it, and then they can claim that as a. Don't you think? Like, if you have your parking lot full of people, and if they're mostly white, it's not but nuisance. But if it's another crowd, whether it's Latino or African American, they'll be like, oh, that's too much of a nuisance. We need you guys to temper it down.
But there's always also bad apples in a scene too.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
so I give the problem with this city is that with the nuisance is it costs them more money for our taxpayer money.
Uh-huh.
Okay, they could be having the cops protecting the city who are people who are driving drunk, you know, and protecting them. Now some kind of incident happened, they have to move all the cops to the situation.
Right.
Means there's a limited amount of people,
Resources for them.
and you have budget cuts and all kind of stuff. So what city does is basically is say, well, we cannot chop the problem from the root.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so what they do is they give a hard time to the bar who
Uh-huh.
is have a dominance of this crowd or causing a continuous problem or something. You know, I mean, they give you warnings. They give you you gotta act up right. You know, if you're busy, it's causing that. That's a responsibility of the bar.
Right.
If a person who gets drunk from a bar hits somebody, that's a responsibility of the bar. So,
Right.
I mean, city have to follow their rules and regulations too.
Yeah.
The city's main thing is they need to stop the nuisance. And on the top
yeah.
of it, you know, like people in a parking lot doing a parking lot pimping. That's what I call it. You know.
Okay, parking lot pimping.
Yeah, parking lot pimping.
Let's get into that.
That's the word I call it. And usually in the summertime. In the wintertime, it's fine. They're gone home.
Yeah,
you know?
it's too cold.
Too
I'm
cold.
out of here.
Same thing with downtown over here. You know, I mean, they're drunk. You know, they're having a good
They're
time.
doing parking lot
They're
pimping.
called parking lot pimping. That's my word. It's parking lot pimping. You know, so.
So they just hang around.
They just hang around and then confrontations happen. You know,
Yeah.
means the baby mama drama happens.
That was a strong drink, by the way.
Yeah.
What am I drinking?
1942.
1942.
The best at Brody
Yeah,
Lounge.
my cheeks are getting.
They're red, huh?
Yeah.
Your rosy cheeks.
So, yeah, I mean, if they're parking lot pimping, then something's bound to happen. Then.
Yeah, but if it's controlled, like in downtown, it's controlled. They have a squad over here. They
Okay.
keep up. Like in Kansas City, the same thing. I mean, they keep control of it.
Yeah.
Spur the crowd. Longer they hang out over here, some kind of competition gonna hang out. One thing can lead to another, and this becomes a part of a bandwagon. If one jumps into the fight,
Right,
another
right,
gonna
right,
jump
right,
into the
right,
fight. So because you gotta support your friend, you gotta support your race or whatever it is. So,
Right. So,
so-
let's end on a good note. Let's talk about this parking lot pimping. No, but I want to thank you, man, because we've been trying to sit down and talk for a while now.
Yeah.
And something, schedules don't work out. Mostly yours.
Yeah.
I'm
pretty
always
busy.
available. But I appreciate what you bring to the city, because usually people are saying, "Oh, Des Moines, sucks," or "Des Moines this, like it's boring," or whatever. And I'm like, no, you just don't know how to, like have fun, and like don't know where to look. And I mean, of course, there's not like an abundance of everything, but there's a little bit of everything here and there.
Our city is growing, man. Our city is changing. New restaurants are popping. New pub bars are popping. Like speakeasies are coming. You're seeing fine craft drinks places
Right.
like a Bellhop, Coacatina, Hello Marjorie. Those places are popping up. I'm seeing this change. This is amazing. People are moving from different cities to be over here. A lot of people ask me. My motto is I do hashtag love my city.
Right.
I don't do it for money, means,
Right.
and I do it for the change.
Right.
If I can make a change, make it good,
Right.
then it makes me happy.
Right.
And same thing, means I don't have to DJ every weekend. It's like a meditation for me.
Yeah.
I like to be around people. I like to be social with people. I like to give people opportunity. Be a part of my team, grow up with me.
Uh-huh.
So that's my thing. If I can make 10 people success with me, that's a change.
Yeah.
I'm not a greedy guy or nothing like that. Of course, I can look at the business aspect and stuff.
Right.
So, so I'm gonna my motto is love my city
Yeah.
and support the nightlife. Pay the damn fucking cover.
Let's end with that. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for making time, and we'll have to catch up. Let's have some more drinks and let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Parking lot pimpin'.
We're going to parking lot pimping.
Raj in the
You
house.
said Rush again.
Get the hell out of here. Am I saying Raj?
You're saying Rush. You just said it again. Yeah.
There's a
Rush.
sh. Like I'm just extending it, but I'm not starting with a sh. I'm not saying Rash. I'm not saying Raj. I'm saying Raj. There's a sh. Like, but the sh is there. Yeah, it's there, but it's not.
It's a little hard.
No.
That's a hard shh.
You maybe yours is too. It's not Raj.
Yeah. I think it is.
Well, okay, say it. Say it.
Raj.
Raj.
Yeah, there you go. You got it. You were saying it different, dude. I'm not crazy.
Okay. Okay.
You were saying it different. I'm not a fucking nutbag, bro. So yeah, that's DJ Raj. Hit him up.
Yeah, he's a good guy. So if you hang out with him, you wanna go clubbing. Like when I was done, I was like, where's the club? Where we at?
Yeah.
You want to
guaranteed.
party? Yeah.
You're gonna wake up at a park wearing nothing but a sock. One sock.
The next day.
Yeah.
Like what
You're
happened?
gonna be like parking lot pimping.
Yeah.
Like wearing nothing but a fucking sock. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's how that. Yeah, if you hang out with him, you're gonna want to go party. Like he's a party animal.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
bad for somebody his age.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
What'd
mean,
you say?
we're getting there.
yeah,
And you eat like a bowl of spaghetti and you're like, oh, I'm a bitch. I'm going to bed.
yeah. I know.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like it takes energy to
Yeah,
keep this kind
man.
of level of
Tons.
enthusiasm.
Right.
So thanks to Raj, not just for making time, but for giving some excitement in the city.
Yeah, and thank you, Voodoo Lounge.
Yes.
For letting us record there. That was good, and the acoustics in that place are pretty solid.
Okay, so sound wise,
Yeah, it sounded
should
good.
be good.
I think so.
All right. Well, thank you everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and share, comment, pass the word. Bye bye. All right.